So if you watched my vlog from a couple of days ago, you would know that I was putting insulation into the basement. And the reason I was doing that is, one, cold air was coming in, but two, it was making this kitchen floor super cold because, you know, that cold air, the unfinished part of the basement is right below the kitchen, and that cold air would sit in there and, you know, it'd be up against the floor and you could just feel it. Now, I thought that putting the insulation in the unfinished part of the basement would solve it, and that's not true. It did help, will not lie, it did help, but walking around in the kitchen right now, I noticed that the floor is still super cold. So I kind of did some investigating, and I was running my hand along the edge of the kitchen because we already had sealed up our doors, so I was like, it can't be our door. If it's not coming from underneath, it needs to be coming from somewhere. Now, I checked, hold on. So I checked this is the bottom of our cabinet underneath our sink, and right under here, you can see that opening right there. Cold air is just pouring. It's just pouring underneath there. So I'm gonna go grab that roll of insulation again, and I'm gonna stuff it underneath there. Alright, so I got this area underneath here all insulated up, as you can see. I know I already said that I have an electrician apprenticeship interview today, or at least I think I did, and it was supposed to be at noon. However, the owner of the company called me quick. He said, I've got some stuff that's happening on Alaska right now, and I'm getting caught up. So he said, I'll give you a call back, and either we will reschedule for later today, or we'll figure out another time later on. So that's all I've got right now. I'll probably give you an update later today when I figure out more. Alright, so I decided I was going to make some, I guess, food to last me a while. I've got some macaroni noodles and some other sort of curly noodles that I'm going to throw in here. I'm going to take this beef from our beef farm. I'm going to brown that up, make some sort of gravy stuff, or we'll see. Might use some of this ragu sauce and this tomato sauce and kind of split it 50-50. I've also got a bunch of chicken breasts out on the grill cooking, so I got stuff going on. In addition to that, our door was still leaking air, and what we did originally was just put a new seal on the bottom of the door, but that wasn't quite cutting it all the way, so I ripped off everything in the door here, and I bought this new plate, and it's got this sort of like bumped up seal thing here, so the door goes tight up against that, doesn't let anything in. And then the gap here was so big, it was over 2 inches, that I couldn't just use the original 2-inch plate. I actually had to go out and buy two 2-inch plates and then stack them together like this, so it comes out whatever 3 inches rather than just 2. But yeah, I also stuffed insulation underneath this front plate and down in the crack in between the porch and this part of the floor. You can see some of the insulation right there. So when I close the door, there's absolutely zero air coming in now. Nowhere. It's toasty warm. Alright, Alfredo sauce, some beef, noodles in there. Got some tomato sauce, beef, noodles in here. A little short on the noodles in there. Maybe could use a couple more in there. So I'm making the rest of the box right now. Now we're gonna mix it all together, and we'll have 2 kinds of noodles and beef, along with all the chicken breasts I cooked up on the grill. Some gourmet cooking today definitely pays off at dinner. Don't count that unsweetened applesauce, but the nice noodles and beef and the chicken. It's gonna taste good. Nicole, my neighbor, actually invited me to come to the gymnastics meet with her at Mitchell here, and I didn't have anything else going on tonight, so why not? So I'm walking over to Mitchell at UWL and gonna check out the meet for a little bit, see what it's like. It's so weird being back on campus sometimes. I haven't been on here, or haven't been to campus in a month or two, and I don't know, it just feels like a different world sometimes. It's so weird when you come back to stuff like this. It's like its own little city. Never really thought about it being its own little city when I was actually, you know, here every day, walking around. There's nobody, literally nobody on campus, because it's winter break still. Deserted. There's the clock tower. There's the power plant. You can probably hear it. Steam release. Hard at work, burning coal to power the whole freaking school. That steam release is really loud. Holy cow. Listen to that thing.
Love it.
Meet was interesting, definitely a different experience. I've never really been to one of those, and I don't know, I guess I had a little bit to learn, so I was asking a lot of questions, but yeah, interesting. Wasn't awful, wasn't holy crap, I need to go back to this again. But it was a good experience. I think I'm gonna call it a night here, guys. It's already 9 o'clock. Not too much else is going to be happening today, so if you like the vlog today, feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.